All right, dope. So we are live, y'all. What's good? We got chat going on right here. Hold on, let me put this in. Okay, so we're live. I hope the mic isn't horrible, but let's watch these videos. So I'm gonna post on what is it? I'm gonna post on um. Ooh, it's all dark. I'm gonna post on Instagram about it right now, and we'll go from there. So it said that you can like do a link, but I don't even see that. So we're not gonna bother with that. I wish it. Hold on. So hello, if anyone's here. This is the boring part, unfortunately. But how to link on Instagram story. Here we go. So when uploading to an Instagram story, click the icon at the top right that looks like a chain link to add a link to the web page. Ooh, tap the URL. Okay. See, there is no link page though. That's the problem. That's the problemo. I don't know what they going for. Hmm. We have good news. Okay. Swipe up feature. Do I just is it like alright, let me go to YouTube. I'm live streaming right now. I know what it's gonna look like too, which is funny. Okay. No. No. Dang. I'm learning so much about YouTube. So much. So much. My channel. I'm live right now. Okay. So share, copy link, share, copy link. And then do we just paste? There we go. That's not going to work. That's not what we want. This is a swipe up feature. Letters, story link, easy. Link sticker. So there is one in here. Unless this is old. Press the plus sign on the top, bottom, center. Scroll to select story. Create your story using all the. Yes. Tap the sticker icon on top row. Add your link. Oh gosh. And send to your story. And you're done. Okay. Let's see what all of these are right here. Link. Link. Let's see. Not reshare. Unless it is reshare. I don't think it is. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't take long. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's have a business profile. It must be a verified account. So at least. Oh, that sucks. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Live on live. We're gonna do that. No. X. Nope. X. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now we're gonna do red. We're gonna do white. Live. Trooper Games on YouTube. Watching criminal psychology videos. Okay, maybe we change this one to that. Ah, it is a photo I took of me prior to my shower. I don't know if that's too much information, but yeah, I feel like I look better in this. That's why. Trooper Games on YouTube. Okay, let's change that to this one too. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is gonna be cool. All right. So I don't know how many viewers there are. I don't want to check. I feel like that looks a bit sloppy. So we're gonna do this. Oh, it's oh. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I don't know how many viewers yet. But okay. So while we have that, let me see. I want to hear how it sounds. We're gonna do this. Oh, it's oh. Okay, there we go. This is gonna look like a paradox. So okay. So that's we're good, and now we're just gonna watch. So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn or whatever. I didn't refill my water, but that's okay. And we're gonna watch The Case of Miss Sorella. All right, let's see it. Oh, it's mute. My bad. There we go.
I find it a little bit strange that you're not upset.
Well, I'm being accused, which is, anyways, like I said, I reserve the right to remain silent. So.
No, okay, that's okay, but I just find it strange that you're not upset by all what's going on right now.
I find it very strange to be in this situation.
You
so
do?
I don't know what to think of it. I'm just trying to stay calm. That's it.
Why do you use the word strange?
Right now, like I said, I'm just staying calm and I'm waiting for it to go to court tomorrow and following my lawyer's advice. That's it.
But do you believe what I told you?
Oh, one thing to add a note to is that when they act this way, like when I mean they, I mean like the person being interrogated, when they act in a way where like he keeps asking like, oh, like, you know, why aren't you more worried about this? It's something to do with like if you're guilty of something, you're not gonna have like a common characteristic in these people, whether they be murderers or committed other crimes. Usually they're murderers because they're psychologically like a psychopath or whatever. But something to remember is that like someone who's innocent, they're gonna be like when they're asked questions, they're like no, like they're gonna be in denial. They're gonna be like, if they're innocent, they're gonna know and they're gonna try to get that message across. But like this lady is like, she's already off the bat. She's like, oh, like it's whatever, and it's because it's more like you know the actual truth. Where like if you had nothing, you know, if you had no involvement, then you'd want them to know that, like in like, you know, strongly. I mean, it's just like if, you know, someone were to ask you where you were on this circumstance, you would tell them everything. You wouldn't try and miscue it. You wouldn't try to like explain it different ways. So like I didn't explain it that good. Like it's in my head better, but I think you'll understand. I think the guy will point it out. So, and this is a short one, so I decided to start with a short one. So yeah, we'll go from there.
No, I don't believe what you're saying to me, so.
Okay, you don't believe me.
No. So.
What do you believe?
Just reserving my right to remain silent.
I'm just asking you, what do you believe?
What I believe.
Which is?
Like I said, I'm here right now, and
do you
go to court.
believe that your daughters are alive?
Dang.
These were the school lunchboxes of 9-year-old Amanda and 8-year-old Sabrina DeVito. They were packed by their grandmother Teresa in the early morning hours of March 31st, 2009, the last Tuesday before the Easter holidays. Little did Teresa know she would find these lunchboxes 9 hours later exactly as she left them, and then go on to discover the lifeless bodies of her 2 granddaughters in the family playroom. Their mother, 43-year-old Adele Sorella, was nowhere to be seen. She had left a voicemail for her brother Luigi that afternoon, essentially stating that she was suicidal and for him to come to the house immediately. Luigi called his brother and mother right away, all of whom drove...
Oh, shoot. Warning content. Trigger warning. This is, I mean, as you guys have just heard, I should have said this before, but it is pretty graphic. It's pretty intense. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, don't take it out on me. Don't watch. That's what I'm gonna say. So don't get mad at me. I warned you. This is my fair warning. This is my formal warning. Do not watch if this stuff makes you uncomfortable. And I had one last night that I watched, and it was really bad. And so this stuff can mess you up, and it makes you uncomfortable, and it's criminal psychology. So yeah, disclaimer. Now back to the video.
To Adele's residence in Laval, Quebec, arriving at roughly 4:30 p.m. to make their tragic discovery. Detective Francois Delisle arrived at the scene roughly 20 minutes after the paramedics, and the 2 children were already pronounced dead. The Laval police would then launch a murder investigation with the primary objective of finding Adele, the prime suspect, and investigators speculated over both the method and motive for the homicides.
Just want to check something real quick.
Detective Francois Delisle
arrived
at the...
Sorry, I had to check to make sure that the audio was working.
The conjecture was that the girls had most likely been poisoned, and the reason for their murder being what is known as spousal revenge filicide. The term is used in forensic psychology for when a parent kills one or more of their own children as a means of exacting revenge upon their spouse or partner. Adele's husband at the time was 42-year-old Giuseppe DeVito, a well-known member of the Rizzuto crime family in Montreal. He had been on the run from police for over 4 years at the time, wanted for coordinating a failed drug operation in January of 2005. He attempted to smuggle over 200 kilograms of cocaine into Canada from Haiti, which was essentially his retirement plan. But the RCMP had other plans, as intelligence was gathered about the shipment and the drugs were seized upon arrival. Giuseppe went into hiding at the start of 2005, but the authorities knew he was still in regular contact with his wife, and even met up with her and his daughters on several occasions. But according to reports, all contact from his end abruptly ceased at the very start of 2009, 3 months before his children were murdered. Adele was located at 3 a.m. on April 1st, roughly 15 hours after the investigation was launched. She had crashed into a utility pole on a rural roadway in eastern Laval. The force of the collision caused serious damage to the driver's side of her car, but Adele sustained no injuries. An accident scene investigator would later testify that the crash was most likely deliberate. The suspect was initially taken to the hospital under police supervision, where she remained for 9 hours. She was then handcuffed and taken to the Laval Police Department, where her interrogation commenced at exactly 7 p.m. The segment of footage released by the Crown Attorney's Office starts 40 minutes into the procedure, and what makes this one of the more fascinating interrogations is the detective's approach and how he goes about trying to achieve his objective. What we know is that he initially discussed the car accident with a suspect and double-checked she was without physical injury. They then briefly discuss hospital food and hospitals in general, all essentially small talk for the purpose of rapport development. At around minute 25, she was informed that her 2 children were dead and that she was under arrest for first-degree murder. She was read her rights and given the choice to speak with an attorney, which she accepted, and was then taken to another room where she got legal advice over the phone for roughly 15 minutes. She was then brought back to the interrogation room and was asked if she wanted any water. She refused and then stated she was invoking her right to remain silent. In Canada, the suspect is well within their right not to answer questions, yet this doesn't confine the interrogator from asking questions. They can essentially press for as long as they want, and if the suspect is coaxed out of silence, anything that gets divulged is still admissible in court.
I find it a little bit strange that you're not upset.
I'm here right now, and
Do you
I wanna go to court,
believe?
and that's it.
Do you believe that your daughters are alive?
Yes. So
But
I'm staying calm.
I have the regret to inform you that they're dead. Both of them.
No, they're not. So
That's why you're not upset.
I told you I'm staying calm.
Yeah.
And
What do you guys think? Like, my brain went to thinking either she's in denial. I mean, I think the argument can be made that she did it. But do you guys think that she's in denial, or she's just trying to cover up her tracks? Because I'm thinking of that second one, the latter, because that makes sense. And unless like also what we see with these, they just deny, and there's like people like footage and proof will be thrown right at them. They'll be like, no, never, I never was there. Like, so you can't comprehend crazy. But yeah, that's something to consider.
it will be fun.
And not only that they are deceased, both of them, but you are under arrest for killing them.
Look,
Bro, if I was charged with that, I would be like, bro, no, like, please, like, what can I do to prove my innocence? Like, that's kind of what I was saying before. Like, if you're not guilty, you're going to do anything you can to prove your innocence. But here you can see, like, she's in no rush. It's no problem for her. She's going to take up this detective's time as much as she wants. Like, that's,
I'm their mother, so
I know. That's why it's so difficult.
The detective has now abandoned the more common strategies of reframing and rapport development. He is no longer trying to be the suspect's friend, nor is he trying to downplay the crimes. He instead initiates a continuous psychological barrage that attacks every aspect of Adele's character, and this persists for almost 5 hours. Under different circumstances, his behavior would be considered harassment or even abuse, yet the detective executes his strategy in a manner so passive that any assertions of malpractice or intimidation will hold little to no weight in court. He maintains a very calm disposition, yet manages to superimpose a highly disparaging tone at the same time. He's able to apply a remarkable amount of psychological pressure in the absence of aggression. The simple reason for this strategy is to precipitate fatigue. Mentally exhausted suspects are more susceptible to suggestion and less likely to think rationally. In other words, their ability to consider the long-term consequences of a decision will be significantly limited.
Everybody's gonna think that you couldn't bear the fact that they would be happy without you. They're gonna say that.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you killed them.
Yes, just check chat. Yes, sir, we are. We are analyzing this.
So what's gonna come? There's gonna be a lot of disapprobation on what you did, and a lot of misunderstanding, and a lot of anger at you. You're gonna have to face that. I'm just warning you in advance. You just have to keep focused on the reason why you did it. This is your strength. You disagree? You do disagree. You're difficult to read, but now you disagree with what I'm saying. Why? You can tell me. Don't be afraid. I won't get mad. I know, but there's one thing that we need an explanation on.
The use of crime scene photographs is perhaps the most recognized procedure with regard to interrogations. It's a strategy used to gauge a suspect's response, especially if the images being presented are of a gruesome nature, and even more so if the victims are personally connected to the suspect. The sharp and sudden manner in which they are often presented is done so a suspect is caught off guard, and this is thought to make it much harder for them to fabricate emotion in a convincing manner. It's a highly effective technique, and the following segment of footage was presented by the prosecution at Adele's trial 3 times, once during the opening statement and twice during the closing argument.
You need to explain this.
I'm gonna talk to my lawyer.
Look at that. This is the truth. These are your daughters. Something brought you to do that to them. How can we explain this? How is it possible that you brought your brother to see this? You send it home, knowing you will find this. Why weren't you there? How can you explain that this could happen? What in your life brought you to that? We have to explain this. Look at that. You gave them life. You brought them up. They trusted you. You want to say something? I'm still listening.
No, I don't want to say anything.
Okay.
I don't believe that's them on the floor.
Sorry? Did you say that? You don't believe that's them on the floor?
To see them like that, yeah.
Okay. Who do you believe it is?
I just
No, tell me. Let's play that game.
No, I'm not playing the game.
That's not them on the floor. Okay. We took what? Actors?
I'm gonna think of my kids as I choose to think of my kids.
And you see them all.
I just want to go back to it.
What did she do? She's charged with poisoning her kids. She has 2 daughters, and she's charged with killing them. That's what she's charged with, and that's why they're interviewing her. So she's under arrest right now.
Okay, but we took actors to do that? Is that what you think? We put them on your living room floor? Same build, same hair, same face? And said, pretend you're dead? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, you said, I don't believe that's them on the floor. You said
I'm
that.
not saying anything.
Did you look at those pictures? Didn't you recognize Sabrina and Amanda? Want to take another look?
I don't want to see any pictures.
Okay.
Flat.
But you're not serious when you say I don't believe that's them on the floor.
I just want to go back to my son.
I know that. Do you know what day it is today? Do you know what day it is today?
I don't need to say anything.
Do you know what day it is today?
Yes.
Tell me.
I'm just going to go back to my son.
what day it is today? What day is it? You don't know.
I don't want to see any of that stuff.
No, I'm not showing you anything. I'm just asking you, do you know what day we are today?
Yes, I do know what day we are.
Okay, tell
I'm
me.
not answering anything.
Okay, because you don't know.
Like I said, you can think what you want. I'm not going to answer anything.
Today is the 1st of April. And you seem to think it's April Fool's Day. You believe what you want.
The suspect, for the most part, stuck by her lawyer's advice and refused to give any sort of admission to the alleged crimes. However, she still chose to engage at certain points, and her lack of reactive emotion during these moments was later used to argue both voluntary detachment and lack of remorse, as well as drive home the notion that her conduct was not due to mental illness, but by cause of her corrupt and calculated endeavor for revenge, which she was willing to attain by any means necessary. After nearly 6 years on the run, police tracked down Giuseppe DeVito in October of 2010. He had been living under an alias in St. Leonard, Montreal, and had considerably altered his appearance by shedding weight. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, which he was made to serve at the maximum security Donnacona institution. On the 8th of May, 2013, he testified at the murder trial of his wife and expressed what appeared to be genuine remorse over not having been there for his family. Reports stated that he held himself fully responsible for the death of his daughters and refused to give any damning testimony against his ex-wife. He was found dead in his cell just 2 months later. The coroner's report revealed toxic levels of cyanide in his blood and stomach, and his death was ruled a suicide. Adele Sorella was convicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder in July of 2013, but the conviction was overturned 4 years later, as it was ruled the trial judge had made errors when instructing the jury. Adele was released on bail for just over a year before her retrial commenced in February 2019. She was then found guilty on 2 counts of second-degree murder and rendered a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 10 years. Her earliest release date is March of 2029.
Dang. What did you guys think of that one? So many. Alright, let's see. Let's watch more. You guys up for some more? So as you can see, I've kind of gone through a couple of these. The Legend of Jeff. Case of Andy B. This one looks good. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Does this one work? Alright. I saw that one. See. Oh, this one I was watching today. Oh, God, she's really sick. She's a monster. At least she paid for it. This one looks... That one looks gnarly. I want to watch this one. But it doesn't look like it's working. So there's multiple to this one, but I've seen more. I guess
Lauren had told her friends multiple times that she felt...
Okay, before also, thank you guys for watching. Whoever's watching, I appreciate it. Warning, I do this before them all. These are gonna get graphic. I mean, you saw like the images as I put my cursor over this video. So I'm warning you guys right now, it's gonna get disturbing, it's gonna get weird, it's gonna get wrong. Like, it's gonna be really weird, as we just saw with the last one. So if you don't like that stuff, trigger warning, and you can leave right now, respectfully. But yeah, you've been warned, and now you cannot be upset at me if you get upset by this video. But yeah, I mean, or be upset at me. I gave you guys the warning. So let's watch this one.
Someone had been inside her apartment, and she also started getting an eerie vibe when she came back alone, especially late at night. It was as though she could sense something wasn't right, and she even thought about moving multiple times, but unfortunately never went through with it. The reality was that Stephen McDaniel had stolen a master's key from a security guard and let himself into her apartment and looked around on several occasions. He also started filming her when she would leave and return to her apartment during all hours of the day. Had Lauren been in this situation before, or even knew anyone that had, she may have trusted her intuition and unknowingly saved herself from a tragic fate. But that's the key word: trust. She had no proof of the danger she was in, only conviction, which unfortunately wasn't strong enough when it was most needed. Stephen McDaniel snuck into Lauren's apartment once more, only this time she was sleeping inside. As he crept into her bedroom, she awoke and immediately panicked once she saw the intruder. McDaniel then pounced on top of her and proceeded to strangle her for roughly 15 minutes. Lauren put up a courageous fight and clawed at her attacker's face and chest, but she was eventually overpowered and died of asphyxiation. After the murder, Stephen dismembered Lauren's body in the bathtub with a hacksaw. He cut his victim into 5 pieces, placed each piece in a trash bag, and then disposed of each of them in separate trash cans around campus. 3 days later, Lauren's concerned friends would arrive at her apartment and let themselves in with a spare key. McDaniel would notice from his window and invited himself inside as he offered to help. All of her belongings were still inside, including her cell phone, driver's license, and passport. A missing persons report was filed that night. A search party commenced the next morning, and police would discover the victim's torso at 9:40 a.m. It was placed in a trash can next to the apartment complex. The rest of the victim's remains were never recovered. The investigation was then switched from a missing person to murder. Police canvassed the surrounding area and began conducting interviews with neighbors and classmates, one of whom was Stephen McDaniel. But he was first interviewed by the local news, and at the time was unaware that part of the victim's remains had been discovered.
We're just trying to find out where she is at this point. I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Kind of thirsty. It won't be long, I promise. Yeah. I'm back. I got the water. Okay. We back in this. Hope y'all's nights have been going good. Let me set this up real quick. Okay. Hello, y'all. Okay, let's watch.
I mean, the last time anyone heard from her was an email that she sent out, and no one's heard from her since.
What kind of person was she? I mean, what did you see her?
I mean, she's as nice as can be. I mean, very personable, very much a people person.
Do you know any enemies she might have had, somebody that might want to hurt her?
No, we just don't know where she is.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of. I think that's where they have recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body.
Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's why we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.
This is most likely a genuine reaction disguised as another. He is most likely feeling a sense of fear and shock over the fact a substantial piece of evidence has been discovered, yet he plays it off as a feeling of sorrow over the loss of his supposed friend.
I don't know anyone that would want to hurt her. She was as nice a person as there is.
Was she moving soon? Did you know anything about her?
Yeah. She was going to be moving out today. Why would anyone do this? Maybe I could have helped. I mean, they went in, we looked around the place, no sign of a struggle, no sign that anyone had broken in, just nothing.
He was interviewed by police at 11:50 a.m. and offered to help in any way he could, yet came across as fidgety and apprehensive the entire time. There were two highlighted moments of the interview. The first was when Stephen asserted that he was a virgin, saving himself for marriage. The second was when the detective discovered scratch marks on his face and stomach, which he asserted were done by himself in his sleep. He at that point unknowingly became the prime suspect and was asked if police could search his apartment. Stephen reluctantly accepted and was then transported back to the complex with 4 other investigators. While searching his apartment, they discovered a collection of swords, guns, toilet rolls, stockpiled provisions as if he was expecting an apocalyptic event, and a mask made out of women's underwear. The most significant discovery, however, was a pack of condoms. Stephen was asked why he would have such an item in his possession if he was staying celibate before marriage, at which point he miraculously confessed to stealing them from another apartment. This gave the detectives probable cause for arrest, and Stephen was placed in handcuffs and brought back to the police station. His interrogation began just after 11 p.m.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
Look at this man.
All right.
He's
I just gotta ask you a few questions.
Jeez.
You came down earlier tonight, me and you talked, all right. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No.
That's just you are. What's wrong? You know I'm Detective Patterson, right?
Yes.
Do you remember, put your hands up here, you remember us talking
Yes.
earlier tonight, right?
Yes.
You remember me earlier in the day?
Yes.
When
I need to lower my fan. It's drying my eyes out. Be right back. I'm just gonna bring the remote. It's a good idea. Thank you guys for watching. It's fun. I hope you guys are having a good time. If you guys have anything to say, go ahead and say it in the chat. I do check it.
came down here and talked a little bit and then we left?
Yes.
Okay.
The monotone dialogue and lifeless demeanor you see here reportedly started on the drive back to the police station, and the suspect's conduct throughout the entire procedure is not only mystifying, but almost impressive. This is one of the most extraordinary pieces of interrogation footage to ever reach the public domain.
I need to know about this girl right here. You know her?
Yes.
Who is that?
Lauren Giddings.
Does she live next door to you?
Yes.
When's the last time you seen her?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Was you friends with Lauren?
Yes.
Look at me when you talk to me.
Yo.
I'm in a shower, so just tell me if the music's too loud, okay?
Okay. Looks like a tree hugger. He probably is. Like, look at him, dude. He's off the wall. he's off so many things. But yeah.
Okay.
The suspect has morphed himself into this abnormal and extremely creepy character. Whether it's a strategy or some sort of mental breakdown is unclear. But what's incredible is that it somewhat dictates the pace of the interrogation. The detective has just closed the distance and commanded eye contact, both of which are recognized techniques to increase psychological pressure. Yet the absurdly haunting manner in which the suspect turns his head and fixes his gaze unnerves the detective to the point where he becomes the one to look away and reset his posture. This essentially never happens in interrogations, as it can give the suspect an incredible boost in confidence.
Look at me when you talk to me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
Close friends?
We were good.
I mean, y'all were friends, right? Both of
Yes.
y'all are law students. You're studying to be an attorney, right?
Yes.
What kind of law do you want to go into? Criminal law?
Yes.
Civil? Is that what you want to do for a living?
Yes.
Okay.
The detective steps back from his initially aggressive strategy. He asks trivial questions for 35 seconds before attempting to ramp up the pressure in a more subtle manner.
And you've lived next to Lauren for a long time?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where she's at tonight?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Have you ever seen her with that dress on?
No.
You have no idea where she's at?
No.
Yes. Look, just tell me what happened, brother.
I don't know.
Well, where's she at? I'm asking you for your help. I'm a detective, and I'm asking you for your help. Can you help me?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You can't help a friend out?
I don't know what you need.
I need to know where Lauren's at.
I don't know.
Do you even care that no one can find her?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, do you?
Yes.
What's up with the pair of underwear that was in your apartment?
I
That was
don't
like
know.
a mask. It was cut out like a mask. You cut underwear out to look like a mask?
No.
Are you a knife collector or a knife person, or
No.
you just like knives?
I used to collect swords.
I mean, do you know your swords?
Yes.
I mean, to sell and trade swords?
No.
Is that how Lauren looked with the long hair the last time you seen her?
Yes.
Or did she cut, that's how she looks?
Yes.
I mean, earlier today, me and you sit here and talk normal. What's going on with you now? Why are you acting like this? I need to know. Why all of a sudden you're acting like this?
I don't understand.
Okay. Earlier today, we sat here and talked. But now you're acting like you don't know what's going on. I mean, did something happen or something to you? I mean, why are you shutting down? Why are you not talking to me?
I don't know.
You don't know? Are you scared?
No.
I mean, you're not scared, are you?
No.
Stephen's demeanor doesn't waver for the first 20 minutes, so the detective eventually takes a more distinctly aggressive approach. He attacks the subject's character to see if it might coax him out of the act and into defending his dignity.
You got your ass on that fucking news and stood out there and gave a media report that her mother saw about her missing daughter. And you want me to sit there and tell him that you don't know?
They're gonna eat good.
Is that what you want me to tell him? Because you're all over the news. You sure stood out there and ran your mouth to the news media. But now you're going to get out here and you don't fucking know. You know. You're just a sorry piece of shit that don't give a fuck. Right?
This detective, don't waste time.
Well, why'd you tell the media everything? Do you need to see what you told the media today? It was on the 11 o'clock news. Well, I'm asking you. Tell me. I want to know.
I don't know where she is.
That ain't what you told the media. You didn't stand in front of that camera and say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I've been watching these for a while, and this detective is probably the most forthcoming. It's fun to see.
I need you to tell me what you want me to tell her mother. And then I won't ask you another thing. I'm not going to tell her mother that you don't know, because her mother saw you on the news tonight. And she cried all the way down to Macon. Because you had the balls to get on the news and tell everybody everything. So this little act that you're doing right now ain't working with me. Okay? So you can just snap out of it and tell me what the hell happened so we can move on.
I don't know.
Well, how many times you gonna say I don't know?
I don't know.
How many times you gonna say it? If you did something that you regret, you need to let me know.
I didn't.
Well, who did?
I don't know.
Whether
Bro,
it,
that's so annoying. I didn't. I don't know. Like, he couldn't have picked a worse, like, a more annoying tone. Like, he could have just been like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that would have been okay. But it's annoying. I can see why the detective is as aggressive as he is.
was planned or not, the second detective enters the room with a similar strategy of immediate aggression. Rapport development seems to have been collectively thrown by the wayside.
What's up, buddy? Did you talk to him about his guns?
Yeah.
When was the last time you shot those guns?
I haven't.
You've never shot a gun?
No.
Have you ever shot any gun in your whole life?
No.
Never.
No.
He just likes to look at them.
So you bought 3 guns that you've never shot?
Yes.
Why?
To have.
For what?
To have.
For what? I'm asking for what? Why do you want to have them? What makes, did they give you, I mean, tell me why it's important to you to have 3 guns. That's an easy question. Come on, talk to me, buddy. Me and you talked all day today. We ain't had a problem communicating. Why is it important for you to have 3 guns? Do you not know?
No.
You say you don't know what Lauren is, right?
Right.
You told me earlier you and Lauren were friends, right?
Yes.
How would you describe y'all's relationship?
She was my friend.
She was your friend. What did you ever do things for her? Did she ever do things for you? What did she ever do for you?
We talked.
We talked. What y'all talk about?
News.
The news. Okay. How many times have you been in her apartment with her hanging out?
I don't know.
You don't know? If you had to guess, what was just, I mean, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times what?
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2? See, if I had only been somewhere twice, I could remember that. If I had been there over 50 times and you asked me how many times I've been like, I don't know, a lot. But the fact that you've only been there twice, when I say how many times you've been there, you say you don't know, that's just odd to me. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
That does make sense. So what I'm saying right now makes sense.
No.
Bro, what? This guy is so... Bro, I'm just telling you, if I would be fired. This guy would have gotten me fired if I was a detective. You take that as you do. I would be fired from this guy.
Lauren's missing. This pretty little girl right here, your neighbor,
Applying pressure.
she's missing.
Much like Detective 1, Detective 2 now valiantly moves in for the psychological charge. He closes the distance and locks eye contact. His physical demeanor, alongside a prolonged gaze, will hopefully crack the suspect's fortified barrier. Once broken, the momentum will commence and the suspect will be more likely to divulge incriminating information. All the detective has to do is maintain eye contact for longer than his adversary. It's a psychological battle of attrition between 2 opposing forces, and these moments can sometimes last for minutes on end.
Contact is major.
I know.
Me and you both know it's no different than when you was a little kid, right? And you reached in that cookie jar and you got caught after your mama told you not to get that cookie. And when she was, did you get a cookie? No. And whenever you tell a lie, you feel bad about it right then. One, with every lie, there's a chance you're gonna get caught.
Man.
And that weighs on you, because you know you did something bad. Am I right?
I didn't do it.
You didn't take the cookie?
No.
You smell like you've been cleaning up, like you've been using cleaner to clean up. I know what that smells like. My wife smells like that all the time when she cleans the house.
Ooh.
You've been using some kind of cleaner to clean up your apartment, hadn't you?
No.
Steven, you telling me you live it like a man? How does your apartment get cleaned?
I cleaned it.
When was the last time you cleaned it, Steven?
I don't remember.
Was it this week?
No.
You mean you go a whole week without cleaning?
Yes.
Why? That's horrible, Steven. I don't know how else to say it, Steven. Let me tell you what I think.
It's the most annoying
I think
tree
that she
hugger.
was a friend of yours. Look at her right here. I think that she was a friend of yours. And I think something happened, Steven. You used to watch her come in and out of her apartment, didn't you?
No.
Well, how y'all doing? We're just talking. See that pretty girl right there?
Yes.
You telling me you looked at a pretty girl like that and you never once thought, ever, man, she looks good. You never thought that?
Almost choked on the
I don't
fish.
understand.
What do you mean you don't understand? You know how when you're sitting there you see a girl walking down the road? And you say, man, that girl looks good. You ever see a good looking girl down the road and you think to yourself, man, that girl looks good?
Yes.
You never thought that about her?
Yes.
So you mean to tell me you look at porn on the internet and get off to that, but you never looked at her and said, man, I wonder what it'd be like to have sex with her?
Yes.
You have?
No.
This guy's a nice mullet.
Steven, this is hard, buddy. I know this is hard. And I can tell it's on you. You want to let it go. There's blood in your apartment, Steven. You didn't get it all up.
This is the widely recognized futility technique, which is used to make the subject believe it is useless to resist due to the overwhelming evidence against them. It's most effective when the interrogator can play on doubts that already exist in the subject's mind. The only problem here is that Steven didn't dismember Lauren inside his apartment. It all happened in Lauren's apartment, so the detective's bluff is already called at this point.
It didn't all come off. You scrubbed and you wiped. But we can tell that. Don't you watch CSI? Yeah, we know it.
Watch, he just says like, he just says, I didn't do it in my apartment. Jeez.
Why is there blood in your bathroom?
The detective now completely shifts his strategy from confrontational and aggressive to sympathetic and understanding. He attempts to create a connection and then afford Steven a more socially acceptable reason for the crime. This is extremely difficult to pull off after a direct confrontation, as there is no established rapport nor trust. The usual routine is the exact opposite. You would first build rapport and then get aggressive once a connection has been attained.
I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell it. I wanted to be here with you to go through that process because I know you're not a monster, man. I know you're not a bad guy. You're just a hard-working student trying to pass a bar exam, ain't you? You ain't got a lot of support from your family, do you?
Yes.
You do?
The strategy fails at the first hurdle. Steven immediately shuts down the afforded sympathy and reasoning behind the alleged crime, which was the concept of unsupportive parents. But the detective now attempts to roll with it.
A lot of people can't say that. And the fact that you do have support from your family should make things easier because your family wants to feel like they've raised somebody that tells the truth and is honest.
This would be a dope job. Like, I have a lot of patience. I mean, like that other case, that was 5 hours of talking, and they didn't get anywhere. I mean, she still got charged and stuff, and they actually did use some of the interrogation, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like, you'll see, like, a lot of these cases, I mean, these people are out here doing God's work. Like, it's crazy. But it's a dope job. You can go for it.
Right?
Yes.
Did you hurt that girl, Steven?
No.
Have you ever hurt anyone, Steven?
Mm.
No.
Never eating too much fish.
Never hurt anyone. No. I've hurt people, Stephen. I've made mistakes in my life.
Bag of some more. Okay. Here we go.
It's not even normal to say you've never hurt anybody. Sometimes people get mad and they say things they don't mean to say. It hurts. You never kicked a dog or a cat?
The lead detective then asks non-confrontational questions for almost 30 minutes, which is most likely to see if it will change the suspect's demeanor and the manner in which he responds. But it doesn't. Stephen maintains the same lifeless disposition which he has now kept up for almost 90 minutes.
You know what's crazy? I was talking to people that he works with and everything. They talk about how he's always expresses himself.
But he don't know.
He's very talkative. Stephen, they say you're so talkative, buddy, that you always so friendly. You stop in and say hello, and you talk. Why is it that you're acting so short with us tonight? If you have all this character and personality about you, why is it that everything that we get from you is yes, no, or I don't know?
I don't know.
My gosh.
Why are you acting like this, Stephen?
Y'all better not say I don't know in front of me no more. I'm gonna lose it.
You see how I'm able to talk in complete sentences? Like we're having a conversation, but the only thing you're bringing to the table is a yes, no, or I don't know. Stephen, did you hurt that girl?
No.
Would you tell me if you did?
Yes.
Have you lied to me at all in this interview?
No.
Yes, you have, Stephen. When was the last time you did laundry?
A few weeks ago.
You ain't washed clothes in a few weeks?
Bro,
Yeah.
come on now.
Why?
I have a lot of clothes.
No, you don't. That's another lie. You don't have a lot of clothes.
Yes, I do.
No. You got enough underwear to last you 3 weeks?
Yes.
No.
Do you wear the same pair of underwear more than one day?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's still clean enough to wear.
Where's that little girl, Stephen?
I don't know.
Stephen, you know. You're going to look at this right here, this little girl right here, and you're going to say you don't know? I know you know.
I don't know.
Yes, you know. What are you going to say tomorrow when I say we got your hair with the body? What are you going to say to me then? Because you know, like I go like that. Look at my hair. That's how easy it falls out. Look at all that on your head. You don't think nothing fell out? It did. We just wanted to give you
It did.
an opportunity to tell it. So you didn't look like a monster at the end. Because you know what? I don't believe that you're a monster, Stephen. I believe that you're a good guy. You've been picked on. Girls didn't show you the respect that you deserved. You did something stupid. And I believe you feel bad about it. And that's why you're all freaked out right now. But I'm giving you the opportunity to get right. I'm giving you an opportunity to show everybody you're not a monster. That you feel bad about what happened. Your hair's there, man. Your hair is there. That's right, buddy. See that?
Sounds like Tomater.
Look at it. See how easy? See this stuff right here, your hair? Yeah, it fell out of your head when you was moving the body, Stephen. That's right. Do you remember moving the body?
No.
Yes, you do, Stephen. Why, man? Why?
Let me know if you guys can hear the music.
Tell me, bud.
I didn't do it.
Yes, you did, Stephen. We want you to tell it so that way people will understand you're not a monster. Things just, you got out of control. It's a sickness. Why'd you do it, Stephen?
I didn't do it.
Stephen, why are you going to keep telling that? You hurt that girl.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Stephen. You hurt her, man. She was screaming. Screaming, Stephen. Why? And I know you feel bad about it. can see it in your face. What came over you, man?
Thank you for the response.
What happened, Stephen?
I don't know.
I know you don't know.
If we as a collective here hear that one more time, oh my lord, dude. Composure about to be lost.
You couldn't.
Also, I'm watching these right now, but if you guys want me to watch something else, as long as it's not copyright or anything like that, then I'm down to watch it.
Control it, could you?
I didn't do it.
Stephen! They steal your hair and take it over there? They didn't, did they?
Yeah.
That's right. It's all sinking in right now. He knows, is what you're thinking. Stephen, I don't want it to be a game between me and you. I know it hurts, and I know you're not an awful person and you want to tell it. Your hair was there, Stephen. We've all known it all along. We wanted just to give you an opportunity to tell what happened.
Lost composure.
Did y'all have sex?
I don't know. Dude, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, bro. I don't know. I can't even. Oh, it's cringe. This guy is so cringe.
No.
Did you try to have sex?
No.
You think about having sex?
No.
Liar. What kind of man doesn't think about having sex? You said earlier you like girls, right?
Yes.
You said she's a pretty girl, right?
Yes.
What'd you do to her, Stephen?
I didn't do anything.
You're lying.
Now, see, I'm no expert, but he kind of jumped the gun. Like, before, he wouldn't even admit, like, Stephen wouldn't even admit that he was attracted to her. So he went from, like he was applying the pressure, and then he went to, like, oh, is she a pretty girl? He said yes. So, and he kind of jumped, I feel like, a couple steps. Like, he could have been like, what do you, if it's a pretty girl, then, like, get into explicit detail. He'd probably say yes. He'd follow up with that stuff. But he went from, like, staircase 1 to, like, staircase 5 in terms of, like, questions. That's my opinion. I think that he jumped up a little too far, like, because then he just applied the pressure equally after, like, relieving for just a moment. And he wasn't getting there with applying the pressure. So that's just my observation.
You hurt that girl.
No, I didn't.
Sure it did. And that's why you're having this massive meltdown right now.
The detective quite literally repeats the phrase, "You hurt that girl," to which Stephen responds, "No, I didn't," and this goes on for the best part of 20 minutes. Perhaps the detective's strategy was to induce mental exhaustion, yet it had no effect whatsoever.
Why did you hurt that girl?
I didn't.
Ugh. Imagine hearing that, like, for 20 minutes, dude. Like, oh my gosh.
Why'd you hurt her, Stephen?
I didn't.
You hurt her, Stephen.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Please say, I hope that they got
Take
this
from
guy.
me. You don't deserve to look at it.
Like,
Just stay right here, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate all your cooperation tonight, okay?
Okay.
What a bona fide scrub.
Alright, we're getting ready to go. I just need to discuss a few more things with you.
The lead detective now abandons the pursuit of any sort of admission. He instead proceeds to belittle and humiliate the suspect as much as possible. It may have a tactical purpose, but it's more likely out of frustration, alongside the fact he is certain of the suspect's culpability.
I know earlier today you told me you stayed home all weekend, right? In your apartment.
Yes.
Did anybody see you?
Actually, you don't know if you have the patience. You don't know.
Did you talk to anybody over the weekend? Were you on your computer all weekend?
He's the real hero.
Is there anything I can look at that I can say he couldn't be involved because he was on the computer or he was online?
For reference, that is something they can do. Like the FBI can literally just access, like they have free access. I mean, I'm sure like we all agree to this in the terms of service or whatever. But like, if you say like, let's say you're like in his situation, you can say like, I was on the computer at the time of the death, right? If they gave that to you, and they can literally go back and be and like check your files or check the data and be like, yeah, he was. Like, I mean, that's something like I've seen it used against like that. Like they'll be like, no, at this time you weren't there. We checked. So like that's something for reference. But that's interesting.
On a porn site, or he was online doing college work or anything that would exclude you as being involved altogether. I mean, did anybody see you this weekend at the house? Did you go out to get a newspaper? Did you wave to a neighbor, or you just locked yourself in all week?
Yes.
Nobody saw you?
No.
I mean, what do you just stay in the house all day?
Yes.
I mean, what do you do all day in the house? I mean, you've always done that your whole life? You don't have no friends? How can you go your whole life without a friend?
I have friends.
Where they at? Where they at? You have any friends here in Macon?
Yes.
Name one.
Hello,
Everybody I
Emily.
talked to said they ain't your friend.
Ryan Granger, Cass Lawson, Ashley Morehouse, Carlin Love.
Donovan McGraw.
The same people I talked to today, and they're not your friend.
Damn.
Okay?
One of the reasons interrogations are so fascinating is the ethical vacuum it creates for everyone inside its bubble. In any other circumstance, the detective's behavior here would be considered cruel and reprehensible.
What's going on? We're just chilling. We're watching Criminal Psychology.
He's essentially bullying the suspect, yet the empathy we would normally have is now stripped away through the impression of retribution. We know this person has done something horrific, and the treatment he is now receiving is merited through his own actions.
They're not your friend. I mean, it's all over anyways. I just wanted to know what was going on tonight. The game's over. I mean, we know what you did to her, so we just want to know if you were going to tell us or not.
I didn't do anything.
Well, that's what you say. But we know different, so you're fucked either way.
Drop the act.
You're fucked.
So we don't play around.
We already know.
Already know.
We know you killed her. We know you put her body in the trash can. The news media knows it. Glenda knows it, your mother.
Oh. Yeah, so we're watching this guy. His name is Stephen McDaniel. He's the prime suspect in a murder case about his college apartment neighbor. So she was killed, and then her head, arms, and legs were severed from her torso, and they found the torso in a trash can. So now he's in for interrogation. And Donovan could probably fill you in, and anyone else that was here. But he just keeps saying either, I don't know, no, yes, literally the whole time. So that's the lowdown.
Your sister knows it. Your sister's husband knows it. The one that used to beat your sister, he knows it.
Jeez.
You know what he said? He said he's a crazy motherfucker, is what he said when I called him. That's your own family calling you crazy. Nobody wants to see you. Nobody's coming to visit you. So you can sit there with that dumb look on your face, but it's over.
The entire interrogation took over 2 hours. When sped up by 20,000%, you truly get a glimpse of how remarkable the suspect's catatonic performance was.
Look at that, bro. That's insane. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Look at him. It's true, yeah, he's probably...
His mother came to speak with him soon after this moment, and although he maintained his innocence, he immediately snapped out of the zombie-like character. It's difficult to interpret the reasoning behind the performance, whether it was a pre-planned strategy, improvised in the moment, or some type of psychological breakdown is unclear. But whatever it was, it evidently seemed to work, as the interrogators got nothing. The suspect's behavior was so abnormal, they were essentially at a loss with what to do, or where to even start with a specific plan of attack. The evidence, however, was irrefutable. Hundreds of pictures of Lauren were discovered on Stephen's flash drive, along with multiple video recordings of inside her apartment. A hacksaw was found in a supply closet of the apartment complex, and it was marked red with what was later identified as Lauren's blood through DNA testing. The packaging for the exact same hacksaw was found in Stephen's apartment. When confronted with the evidence, he took a plea deal to avoid the death penalty and was rendered a life sentence without the possibility of parole. He is currently being held at the high-security Hancock State Prison in Sparta, Georgia. One of the more discussed elements to the present day is the motive behind the crime. What was the reasoning behind Stephen's actions that night? He asserts that murder was never his intention, but simply the result of momentary panic and confusion, all preceded by the foolish decision to break into an apartment, which stemmed from a potent yet harmless infatuation with a girl he found attractive. He essentially tried to make out that his behavior was devious and calculating, but not evil or perverted.
It says a lot when you try to defend your poor actions, bro. Like, especially in this case.
Opinion on the matter varies, yet the general consensus is that the murder was premeditated, mainly due to the fact that he had bought the hacksaw just days prior to the murder. A popular psychological viewpoint takes us back to the personality of a stalker. Lauren was set to move out the very same day she was murdered, which brings some to believe that Stephen was terrified by the notion of change, that the person he had been infatuated with and fantasized over for so long was no longer going to be a part of his life. And no matter how obscure and unreciprocated their association was, he couldn't bear the thought of losing her. Rather than Lauren going on to live the promising life that lay ahead of her and leaving Stephen behind as a forgotten memory, he has now in some abstract manner connected them both forever.
Damn. At least he was charged. Dang. What'd y'all think of that one? Oh, this one was a good one.
Your first assignment is the last thing you have to worry about with Chegg.
With Chegg. Thanks, Chegg. It was weird.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff. Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
That's one thing. I am no court expert, and I don't think most or all of you drive. But for those that do, he just said that. He said you have the right to remain silent. So don't take this on my word. Maybe you should do your own research. Sound like one of the teachers of mine. But I think you have the right to remain silent. So like if a cop ask you, because like things can be held against you, so like sometimes I've heard stories of like being honest, being like if they ask you and tell them the truth, like, look, officer, I'll be honest, I was speeding and this was horrible and it was a poor mistake and I apologize, or the other way. Like I've heard both, So I don't know actually, but yeah, but I mean every cop is different, so I don't know. I've never been pulled over. Surprisingly, for those who have driven with me, it's a shocker. But yeah. Finally, the Sound of Murder one. Amen. I know. This one's a little lighthearted, a lot more lighthearted, I think. But yeah.
That makes sense. You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand? Do you understand what I read to you? Did you comprehend what
he took that right to remain silent personally?
I read you? Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
Damn. Jeez.
This is Jeff. Jeff is a heroin addict and has been for the last 14 years. He is 6'5", weighs 153 pounds, and has now found himself in the unfortunate...
He understood the assignment. He did. Look at this guy. This guy's something else. He definitely understood the assignment.
Circumstance of being charged with armed robbery. This is in the state of Georgia, so if found guilty, they will render him the minimum term of 10 years without parole, up to the maximum term of life in prison. Jeff has been through the system multiple times over, and he will know that if indeed found guilty, his sentence will be considerably longer than the minimum 10 years due to his previous convictions.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay, fair enough.
You want a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open or you need me to?
Jeff has become somewhat of a cult figure in the domain of interrogation footage. His recognition seems to have grown through his own popularity, as opposed to the notoriety of his crimes, like most others. Conveying the exact reasoning behind this can be tricky, as the interest in this character will no doubt vary by the individual. Yet we've found the most collective reason can be explained through a single pop culture reference: the anti-hero. While the concept is timeless, the actual term was created through the realm of modern cinema. There's a diverse number of characters passing through the decades that fit the criteria. Yet perhaps the most textbook example could be the protagonist from the 2003 feature Bad Santa, a middle-aged man simply known as Willie. This is a character that lies, cheats, steals, swears at children, drinks an inconceivable amount of alcohol, and is generally extremely unpleasant to every single person he comes across.
Look who's here, Jimmy. It's Santa.
How can you be blessed being 6'5" and took to heroin instead of basketball? Dude, that's heroin for you. That's so sad. But yeah, you're right. He looked like he could be a hooper back in the day. But no, he shoots something else.
Right.
Let's tell him what you want for Christmas.
I literally just said that, yeah. Man, I was messing with the wrong type of shots. Honestly, yeah. Jeez.
I fucking lost break, okay?
On paper, this is an extremely unlikable individual, yet for some reason, we root for him while following his story. Anti-heroes are flawed, as are we. Their moral complexity mirrors our own, and just like us, they are learning and growing as they move along the path of life. Their mistakes make us think of our mistakes, and perhaps the reason we root for their redemption is the reflection of ourselves rooting for our own. So you might be curious about the contrast between the anti-hero and the villain. One we embrace and relate to, while the other we despise and detach from. Both are driven by selfish motivations, yet our emotional response differs between them. The reason for this, while not necessarily obvious, is
We've been looking at villains. It's our first anti-hero.
relatively simple formula. The anti-hero must have a glimmer of humanity alongside a noticeable vulnerability. This is what allows the viewer to truly connect with the character. It allows us to forgive them when they are unethical, but admire them when they are noble. It allows them to be angry, cowardly, and greedy, but also cheerful, brave, and empathetic.
Who the fuck is Thurman? Is that you? Is your name Thurman?
Yeah.
Thurman Merman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
With relation to Jeff, while many of us can't relate to the feeling of being addicted to heroin for well over a decade, we can certainly understand the feeling of sadness. While we may not be able to put ourselves directly in the shoes of an addict, we can somewhat relate to the adversity that comes with it, not to mention the incredible magnitude of the situation he is going through in this video. How he responds to this very moment is quite literally the precursor to his entire future. He is at a crossroad moment in life, where on one side is the possibility of hope, and on the other side is the outright guarantee of despair. The long-term path he goes down will be the consequences of the short-term choices he makes, all of which have to be judged and decided on while going through the early stages of heroin withdrawal.
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone.
I don't have any. Do you have a medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I don't get it. I get heroin.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to.
How?
Man.
I don't talk to the police.
Here, okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it works.
I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or
I'm not trying to get you.
All you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I didn't do nothing.
I'm not trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere. And they spotlight me. They say, come here. I say, what's up? They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are.
And here we have our glimmer of humanity. Jeff extends his gratitude in recognition of the small favor the detective has done for him. There is no return benefit for Jeff giving thanks to his adversary, meaning there is an element of selflessness and grace in the act. There may be considerable emphasis on the glimmer of humanity here, but all we need is a glimmer to know that it's at least in there.
You have the right to remain silent.
Thanks for the coat.
If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an attorney. So okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coat. Put me back in the cell.
5 hours. That's insane.
What's that?
Just my fault.
Skating feels like rebellion. It teaches me to never back down from a challenge.
Alright. I know we did this twice, but I gotta do it again every time, okay? Before I ask you any questions, I gotta read your rights. You understand that? Okay. Go ahead and sign there. I'm gonna take your gift off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing. I don't want to
Okay,
sign
you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights though, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need, a verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
When's this coat gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting there right now. He'll be here in about 2 minutes.
I bet they were excited
Just watch
about
the soda machine. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, I mean, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
You don't, because I don't believe that you got any evidence.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something.
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say.
This guy's on it though. I mean, for what he's doing, he's on it.
Here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. There's no way.
That doesn't mean that. What?
I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right? So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place and not remembered?
Fuck, no.
Okay, so you would remember if you robbed the place. Yeah. So I'm willing to go to the prosecutor, I'm willing to go to the parole officer and say, this guy's a good guy, he helped me out.
Hey.
I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am if and you're going to charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't, I mean, what do you got, really? That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man. I'm done, man. Fuck this. The only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay. You're not getting out.
Oh, no. I can't finish it?
You can finish it. Make it quick. I got things to do.
Butterfinger, you promised.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens. All right? Like I said, you haven't helped me out at all. Why should I help you out? I got you a soda. That's good enough.
Jeff was released from custody just under 12 hours later. And that takes us to the final and perhaps the most important component of an anti-hero, the conclusion, which unfortunately in this particular case is unknown. The final outcome of this story will vary depending on the source, some with a happy ending, others a cautionary tale. One legend has it that Jeff got clean soon after his release and now works in the corporate marketing team for Coca-Cola, while another states that he was picked up the day after for the same charge and is now facing down a 15-year sentence in Georgia State Prison. If we go by the Hollywood formula, an anti-hero's actions throughout the course of their life are so drastic and single-minded that they only ever lead to salvation or destruction, and their final decision is always dictated by what they have learned and how they have changed throughout the course of the story. The paradox here is that we don't even need the theme of imprisonment to mold the outcome of this particular story, as the theme of addiction is more than enough. Whether he goes to prison or not, Jeff will either manage to get clean and rebuild his life, or he won't. He is headed for salvation or destruction no matter what, and that single concept can perhaps define Jeff as an anti-hero. His outcome is a mystery, but either way it goes, it most certainly conforms to the anti-hero's ending.
doesn't mean dead. Dang. Well, that was good. That was a good one. I think we're gonna hop on some Minecraft for a bit. My brother did this. I couldn't explain my brother did this. Thanks, Alex. Should have changed that before the stream. But oh well. If it's gonna load. Okay. Here we go. So, what I was doing was I was making a new storage room. So, we got one up here. Actually, I'll be right back. Hey. Ugh. Well, what'd you guys think of that? Not my dance, but like the videos. We'll do more of those tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Whenever I'm free again, because like I'm supposed to be in bed right now. I have to wake up early. But yeah. So we're basically doing this. We're gonna do this, but down here. So we have the wood. I think like all the tedious stuff is over. But I basically have to do this again. So yeah. Let's see. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So beginning from the beginning, or from the first. You guys are dope. I want to see more. I do too. So we'll check out more later. I've seen a lot of them, but I'll probably rewatch some of them because I know that you guys haven't. But yeah, definitely don't watch them without. So this is all underground work, as you can tell. And let me do this real quick.
Wow, this new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Oh, and guys, look at what we got. We got a Coca-Cola commercial. Maybe Jeff planned this one. Maybe
best Coke ever? No!
Let me know if this is too loud. But yeah. So that's 1. Shoot. 1, 2, 4, 5. Creepy noises. Jeff and Coke. Amen. Hope y'all had a good day today. Mine was uneventful, but I went to Target. That was fun. Just had a good time. I mean, there's not much I can do. I think I'm technically still under quarantine, but I'm fine. I got no more symptoms. My mom and brother are healing. I think Alex is totally good, and my mom's still recovering. But I think that we've passed the day of being contagious, so we did that. But yeah, still masks on. Make sure you're all wearing your masks. But yeah, I mean, drop some questions in the chat if you want to. I'd love to answer them. I love answering questions, whether they're about me or anything else. Like, I love doing it. So let's see. I think this is the breaking right here. Oh, we went way farther than I thought. I think it's 4 blocks. There you go, that's our checkpoint. But yeah, I hope you all had a good day. I mean, a safe one. And just a fun-filled day amongst the stress of school. Yeah, I'm gonna get tested again. I'm probably gonna get tested maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I guess technically today because it's Thursday now. But yeah, I'll probably get tested here soon because my mom's gonna get tested again. So I'll do a home test probably. That's probably what it'll be. It's gonna be nice having those antibodies. Still gonna mask up and all that, but it's an interesting thought to have. Got a full inventory, ladies and gents. Look at that. Look at the, I think it's the x-axis. What I want to do too is get to like the top, because as you guys saw, like it's 2 layers, so get some glass up here so you can see below. I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'll probably work on that too. That's kind of the boring work, but it has to be done. It is what it is. What we're gonna have to maybe do soon, which is nice though, is see this pickaxe has mending, so we might have to go get it mended. Which, if you guys don't know, the mending enchantment is when you kill something, you get XP. The XP can repair an item with the mending enchantment, so it's chill. We're not gonna lose it, but we might want to go do that soon. Yeah, let's finish this and then do it. I don't trust it. Woo! Look at that. We got a little opening. That's cool, but it has to go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, let's Well, it's daytime, so it's gonna be a little trickier. So I guess we'll just do what we can right now. That works. We're probably gonna use all these logs. All these logs. See, hopefully it's almost nighttime. But yeah, it's kind of a cool window. Oh. At least I thought so. That's what I got the inspiration for, because it's in a mountain. So I tried to recreate it as best as I could. But yeah, pretty cool. Sometimes these noises get real creepy. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Alright, yeah, I don't trust this no more. Look at that. It's about to die. We should definitely go repair it. Kind of looks like the sun might be setting too, so. Yeah, man. Oh, look at that. That was my favorite thing about this world. Look at the sunsets. It even looks better on the Xbox One, but look at that. It's pretty dope. Take it in, boys and girls. We're chilling. We are relaxed. Having a good time. It's a good fishing rod. Ooh, we got a fishing rod. Not bad. Oh. Alright, this is usually where I go because it's not that bright. There's not a lot of lighting there. So. Llamas. This is my modern house. It didn't turn out that great, but I made it when I was a lot younger. And I am in no means an architect, so yeah. Just so y'all know. Oh! Tricky business. Let's get all this. It's a bit of a tedious thing, but it's better than losing the pickaxe, that's for sure. Mechanics. I got no shame, baby. Oh, I got hit. I'm gonna be a bit hungry for a bit. Oh Lord. Oh, we got a carrot. This is a carrot. I don't know much about carrots. Come at me, boy. Look at all this XP we gotta soak up. Slow and steady we're repairing. Ooh. We just do this throughout the night. We gotta get our money up. Oh! You did. So are you. I used to have nightmares about creepers. They used to scare me when I was a kid, when I was real young. Let's kill this Enderman. Alright. Alright. Oh Lord. Ooh, I got a baby one. Ooh, there's two of them. There's three of them. Holy wow. Holy wow. I got hit again. Just mowing down these fools. You did. Well, I think the sun is coming up, but I don't know. Oh, looks like no more monsters. Alright, this should be enough to finish what we started. There's my lighthouse. The sunrise. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I can't play the actual song because I'll get copyrighted. It sucks that that's how it is now. I remember a time when it wasn't like that. Here comes the sun, I sing. It's alright. No! Wait for us. No! No. Oh, shoot, where'd it go? Okay. This is what we're gonna do. There. No! Oh! Dang. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait for it. Oh, wait, it'll stop it. Okay, here we go. We gonna run it back. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It goes faster if you sprint. I don't know why, and I don't know the logic in that, but then again, it's Minecraft, so there's not that much logic. Get some more blocks in here. Alright, let's see the pattern. Nope. That's not the cabin. We got to. Oh, this is the easiest way to do it. Oh, we ran out of blocks. See if I want to try this. Oh, I tried it. Dang, I messed up. We gotta go bald. Ah! This is the easiest part and can be the most satisfying. I say that and then we get blocked. Again. Again. We gotta slow down. Because I'm going to, you want to see some real speed. Yeah. Mechanics. Ooh, that's a creepy sound. But we got it. Now that we have that, let's do the top, and then we'll be done for the night. How does that sound, y'all? Take a deep breath, y'all. We're in a good place right now. Just chill. We just Josh. No wrongdoing will come of you right now. We're just chilling. This could be a form of meditation, if you think of it that way. See how many blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We got that strip of oak. Why? I don't know why I did it this time. But I don't know why I started from the beginning, but I did. Pop. Boop, boop, boop. Please tell me we'll have enough. That doesn't look like we're gonna have enough. Oh Lord. Okay, we need 10 more. Let's hope we have 10 more around here somewhere. Let's pray, y'all. I need y'all's energy. I don't want to go over there. Okay, we're gonna need these for later. We might need like these as well. We might have it in the wood chest. Let me go to the wood chest. It's over here in my first storage room that I built. And then I ran out of space. So then I had to make a new one, a bigger one. And yeah, I actually have a lot of rooms in this world that I don't, like, I built for fun, but I don't have any use for them because there's just not enough. Like, oh, is this dark? Excuse me, that's dark oak. Okay, well, we have this, and I think we'll have enough. Hold on, we're gonna do some math. No, that wouldn't work. Is there any down here? Oh, that's dark oak. Oh, this is what I did last time. This is gonna be real cheap of me. This is what we gotta do. So I'm only doing this to save us time. So for the sake and respect of time, because I gotta go to bed soon. Let's do this real quick. So what I'm gonna do is grab this one, this one, this one, this one. That's, we did a 10, right? And then look, what do we have here? Boom. Oh no. Boom, 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 boom. It looks the same. We're chilling. Saves us time. That's why we are doing it. But yeah. See? It's all better. It's all good. We chill. Finishing touches over here. Now, for the chests, it's gonna take a lot of wood. We have a lot of wood to spare. So let's see. 8, 16. It's gonna take a lot of wood. Easy as that, because this is Java, so it's easier than. Or this is Bedrock, so it's easier to operate in Java. Let's see the proportions. It is 2 blocks out. 2 blocks out, 1 block. Okay. Right here. I'm assuming same thing over here. Oh. There we go. Time to get to more wood. I have a bunch more though, so don't worry, we're not gonna go far out for it. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I like that. Hopefully y'all are having a good time. It's chill. Don't want to do anything crazy. I mean, it is midnight, so yeah. $32. We don't want that many. Wait. We may want close to that many. So let's see. We got 16. Remember that. We'll take the gamble and say that that's as much as we need. back down to here. Yoink. Yoink. $32 sounded like a lot, but we might need a lot. And yes, these amount of chests are necessary because it is a storage room. Okay, so now we can begin. We need more chests. Dang, I thought we wouldn't need that many, but we do. We're almost done. Oh, wait, this one. Unless there's wood in here somewhere. There might be. It's not looking like it. I'll take that. Time to go get some more, I suppose. Yeet. Looks like I'm falling asleep on the street. I love the jungle with planks. They're just hard to match things with. That should be enough, eh? Imagine it's not. I have to go back again. Let's hope it is. Uh-oh. I don't think it's gonna be. No way. Aw, dude. We're one off. That's so tragic, bro. Oh, no, we're not. We still have that one. So we need 5 total. Alright, my bad, y'all. My bad, my bad. Bear with me. I'm not a mathematician. I'm only a huge trooper. So, oh, here we'll just use this. No, we'll use this, the birch, and it's the birch. So we're gonna need 40. Click, 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 click. There we go. Okay. Boom. That'll be enough. Good thing the minecart system's quick. You guys probably crack your fingers. Okay. Boom. Perfect. Alright. Good time. We are done. I'm going to light it up back here a little bit. And we're done for the day. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys had a good time. And with that said, good night and goodbye. Thank you again so much. Much love.